a brief playthrough video of our new Headquarter game, Spain at War. As you can tell by its name, the game takes place in the Spanish Civil War, and you can choose whether to play with the National side or the Republican side. Right here for this video, I've chosen the National side, and well, as you can see here in the bottom left, we can see cards. Since this is a card-based, turn-based game, war game, so it's the way we play is we get some phases. First of all, we get cards from the pile. Once we got them, and for this turn I just got the Junkers 52 and the Reconocimiento card. And well, first part, as I said, we get the new cards for this turn. Next, we play next. Our airplanes come back to the base from the previous turn, and then we get reinforcements. For this, we can use the Junkers 52 card for this turn. We're gonna use it, and here as we can see, we can get a Junkers 52 Group 1 in Sevilla. Then we get the earnings from regions, cities we control, and the cards we have. And now we can proceed and purchase some new units to work in them and get them deployed for the following turns here on the map. So, for the sake of the video, we're gonna do this not too shortly. Let's get some. Let's see. We can see here all the units we can get. We're gonna look for some artillery, which I've seen. I've just lost it right now. Here, we see some artillery. Let's see where we can deploy them. So, for us to deploy the units, we're gonna have to drag them. And here you can see, we can only deploy this one on this province over here. So we're gonna deploy it over there. And this sign means that it's gonna be, well, it's getting built for the following turns, and next artillery is gonna come as well in the same province. Next thing we're gonna do, well, as here you can see, we have all these different type of units. We're gonna go for some regular infantry. Let's look for something we can deploy over here in the north. So Oviedo, oh excuse me. Let's see what we can deploy up here. Oh, we can get this one over here. We'll get some defensive lines. Seems the Republican side seems to be wanting to push us away from this the center of the peninsula. So here you see all the money we have, and this is the cost of the units we've already chosen to deploy. In the units we can see, well, below these big numbers, big blue numbers are the cost of the units, and behind that we can see this 3-3. So that's the attack and defense factors, and this is the movement factor. So we're just gonna deploy this one, and this other one, and this other one. So we're gonna use only 27 of our remaining 99. Once we're done, click back here, and we click and finish buying. Here we retrieve another card and another one, and we move to the naval movement phase. Well, we don't have many boats. Since we're in the Civil War, obviously. Well, this sign over here on top of this boat means that it's blocked. It cannot move, but we can move this one. Although I will not, since we are here blocking the San Sebastian port, and honestly, that's the thing I want to have it doing right now. So we're gonna skip this phase without doing anything, and move over to the aerial movement phase. So here's what it says, we can choose 1 or 2 units affected for being not teletransported, but like transported by air. And we're gonna choose from all of this. Let's get some. Let's get this too. Yeah, let's get. Oh, I cannot get this too? Oh, I can. Yeah, let's go. So we're gonna choose those two, deploy them over here, and they're getting transported by air from Africa. Alright, now we have air movement phase. So we're gonna have, well, here we can see all the air units we have. We got this two on the north and this two on the south. So Malaga is being sieged by the Republican side, and that's a bit dangerous for us. So we're gonna aim both of our southern air units to support this. And now we're moving up to the north. Alright, we're gonna do the same, but moving both to Santander, since in previous turns we have already... Oh, I cannot get that far. Oh, we can, but let's go. We've tried to siege Santander, well, I mean San Sebastian, excuse me. And we have some big issues since there's a lot of enemy stacks. So the more units, and air units we send them to support, if I can, there we go, the better, and the easier it will be for us to take it. Because we do already have Bilbao and Santander, and we're struggling to get San Sebastian and Gijón and Oviedo, of course. Alright, once we're done with air movement, we don't have any more air units to move. I'm gonna click on next turn, and we go to the ground movement phase. Before we do anything, here we can see with some highlighted cards which we can move. So as you can see, we cannot see any of the enemy stacks composition, since obviously they are hidden for us, and we want to know what we're fighting against. So here we have a couple of reconnaissance cards. So we're gonna check the stack here. Well, we already know that one because we've fought a lot of times with it, but we're gonna check on the Gijón stack over here. Now we can see exactly which units are on the Gijón province. There's plenty of them, so we can take that into account for further attacks. Alright, and we have another one, but I will not be using it. We're gonna save it for future turns. So since we're not using a card, we're gonna click up here and carry on with the terrestrial movement, the ground movement part. So since we know this stack is it's very it's full of units, we cannot try to attack him with just one single division. So since this is just a defensive position, we're gonna try to move a few units over there. We do not know who is over here, but we're still gonna try to push through this, since we got some more units coming back from here. Oh, they do not reach this part. We're just gonna move them over here. Yeah, mountains make movement very difficult, as it makes sense. Let's see what we got over here. Well, there should be enough units to take San Sebastian. Let's try if we can for this turn. There we go. Okay, Bilbao seems like it can be taken in the next turn by this Republican unit, so I was gonna try to move a unit over here inside the city, because if we see the units is outside the city right now, if we move it inside, we can drag it on top of the CT icon, and once we see the screen thing, we're just gonna drop it, and it stays inside the city, fortifying it. And we're gonna do the same here with this unit in Vitoria, since we don't want to risk attacking that unit, because if we do not kill it, next turn they will just have free passage for Vitoria. Now, moving over to the Catalonia part, we are pushing through quite easily, but if I can remember well from the previous turns, this stack is very, very stacked up. We have a lot of units over there. We also do for this stack over here, but that might be an issue for us. We are gonna try to push through it though anyways, so we're gonna attempt to push through, start an attack over there, some more backup units over here, and we're gonna stop this one over here just to prevent this other stack going to Lerida. And here, as we're inside the city, we are not in combat with these units, but if we want, we can step out of the city and start a combat against them. I'm not gonna do many things here in the middle, because we are inferior in number, so we're just gonna remain, try to stabilize the front over here, since we are building some new defensive lines, although we will be doing this just in case, to try to stabilize the front line. Here to rail, we're struggling as well, but for now, I think the best thing we can do is just remain inside this city. So, as I said, we're not going to move a lot here in the middle. Moving over to the Extremadura part of things, we're doing pretty well. We pushed them back all the way through Badajoz, and we don't have many. Oh, well, we have some units over here that came from Africa recently, so we're gonna try attack Badajoz. Let's see if we can do it through this bridge over here. Well, let's see if I can. There we go. And we're gonna support them with this other new stack. So that done with the experimental report. Oh, we have a unit over here. I was not aware. So we're gonna send this stack back over here. Oh, it's a defensive line. So, well, as you can see, the image is for a defensive line. So we're gonna destroy them pretty much, since those are some pretty good units we got. And here in this southern part, we, as I've said, well, as we've done before, you guys have seen, we've sent air units both to Motril and to Colmenar. So we're gonna use those air units as support to destroy those units with our ground units. So we're gonna send some over here. We've got Granada pretty much secured, although we're gonna push a little bit through to increase our security zone here in Granada. And we have a unit back over here, which I'm not pretty sure what it is. So we're gonna send another unit. It's a defensive line. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of it. Here on the northernmost part of Andalusia and the southern part of Castilla-La Mancha, I think we're pretty even in numbers against them. Let me check my stacks again. So we should get someone back over here and get rid of this defensive line. And with those 3 units we've got here, we are going to try, along with this other stack in Jaén, we're going to try to push these units back. Since, as we can see, it's not just a defensive line, there's more units over there, so I'm going to send a couple stacks there to try to push them back. And for the rest part, the rest, oh, we have artillery here. The problem we have is this this stack over here. We're not sure if it's defensive line or it's an actual army stack. But anyways, we're gonna try to move this artillery away from here, since we don't want them to be all alone. That's pretty dangerous for our units. So once we're done with the ground movement, we're gonna, well, as we can see here, we got some units in Ceuta, but we cannot move them obviously because we don't have the ability to cross the strait right now. So we're gonna finish this phase and move over to the battle phase. So we have here all the list for units, not the units, all the battles we're gonna have to fight this turn, the ones we've set up during the ground movement. Here, obviously, before starting the battle, both the attacking and defending sides can choose to play any of their cards. Here, since it's just a minor battle, we're not gonna use anything, so we'll click this button and click on fight. Alright, so it's a pretty easy battle as we expected here in Huelva. Let's go through the rest of this battle quickly. Well, here we didn't manage to get any hits on the units, so we were having to move back. Over here we got air support in this battle with just a defensive line against a defensive line. So first, before any ground battle, we have air support phase. We click here on bombard. We haven't taken any hits, and since it's a minor battle, we're not going to play any cards anyways. Now again, in each turn, airplanes also get to roll the dice, and here, since it was just a defensive line, pretty easy battle. Let's go through this. Well, this is a pretty much it's a bigger battle, much more important. We got air support, and for this one we are gonna use this Milicianos contra Soldados card, which basically, as we can, well, here we can see the description of the cards, and here on the bottom you see the effectivity in this battle will be lower for a few units, so we're gonna play it, and we can click on battle. Right, we're taking 2 hits, but they've taken 1. One of them has retired. Another 2 of them have retired. And they've taken many more hits. And since we've won the battle, we're gonna pursue them before they fall back. And here we managed to get another hit on this Malaga unit. Alright, so they've taken a hit, and since they're life was gone all the way to 0. Instead of moving to the retirement part over here, they're going to the death part. So here we can see our unit has 6 health points, this 6 little blocks over here, and the defensive line obviously only has 1. So we would need 6 hits for us to be moving to the death stack, and as long as we get 1 hit on them, they will be dying immediately. Here, as was us with air support, artillery support also placed before the ground battle. Here we managed to get a hit, and now we also hit for the ground battle, where the artillery also hits. We have taken all of them, and we're gonna pursue them. Again, we didn't manage to get a hit, so that's how the battle remains. Let's go quickly through these other battles, and we'll finish up this turn. So here we have the option to retire, or not to retire, to fall back. And if we see the battle is too dangerous for us, we're taking too many hits, and we're not going to get anywhere, we can just decide to press the fall back button. Because here, as we see, we're superior in number, and it's an important battle for us. We're just gonna carry on fighting before falling back. Here you see we've won the battle. So Badajoz is now ours. Well, we're inferior in number here. One of our units has fallen back, and this unit, if it takes 1 more hit, is gonna die. So we're gonna fall back before we actually get killed. That's not something we want, of course. This is a massive battle. We got artillery playing first. We got 1 hit. That's perfect. Now we roll the dice for all the units in the battle. That's some very good dice for us. Both of the sides have fallen back some units. They've taken some more hits. Carry on rolling the dice next turn. And we've managed to kill 2 of them. Insane. Perfect. That's a great battle. Near Barcelona. Move over to San Sebastian. We also got air support and artillery support. Although it didn't help out at first, nor did their artillery support help. And let's roll the dice again for the battle. They're taking some hits as well as we are. They're taking more though. There we go. We're not gonna fall back. We're taking so many hits, and we've won the battle. We've taken San Sebastian. 2 more to go. We got Oviedo. A bit higher number for us. So we should be taking this. We're taking a hit, and they're taking another one. We're taking 2. They've won the battle, so we are not moving over. And here another battle we've won. So that's it. Well, here we have a summary for all the battles we've fought in this turn. We're gonna click on next. We got the siege list, Badajoz. We can roll the dice, and we managed to see. Well, we succeeded on the Badajoz siege, so we are taking the city. And here, the returning to base phase for our air units. Now you can see they're no longer here. Over in Nerja, I believe they were. They're back at their bases, and in case we believe they're in danger where they are right now, we can decide to move them to other provinces. For example, we'll move this over to the peninsula. And here in the north, since we are pretty much done with San Sebastian and our main problems here and Gijon, we're going to try to move this ones closer. And once we're done with the phase, we click next. And we can play all of this, where the units are placed. And here you can see the industry in Truby has produced some artillery, so we can choose to deploy these units. Click on next. So we got some news. And here we can choose, well, just one, as we can see here, 1 unit to pretty much fill up the health points. So we're going to choose obviously one of our strongest units, which has taken the most damage. So at this point we're just going to look a bit over all our army, and we're gonna choose which unit takes these extra health points. So here we can see there's a pretty big unit who's taken 3 hits, so we're gonna click there on it. You can see here if we left click and choose it, and we right click we unselect it. So left click and heal it up. And now here, that's a full turn for the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, you can let us know. And yeah, it's pretty much a simple turn for the national side of the game. Hope you guys enjoyed.